Okay, this lesson is dealing with the x and y intercepts. A few things that I want us to highlight is if you have the x-intercept, your y is 0. And if you have your y-intercept, your x is 0. So as we do this, well, let's see, our x-intercept, I'm going to do an order pair. And x-intercept, my y is 0. So for my y, I'm going to put a 0 here. And I need to find out what my x is. And on the other one, my y-intercept says my x is 0. And then I need to find out what my y is. Okay, and how we do that is we're just going to take our equation. I'm going to try to find out what my x is. So then I'm going to make my y 0. And it's going to be equal to 6. But anything times 0 is 0, so I don't really need to worry about that. Now I just need to get x by itself, so I'm going to divide 2 by both sides, and my x is equal to 3. Okay, now the next one, I use the same equation, except this time my x is 0, and like I said, I don't need to really write that because anything times 0 is 0. It's pretty much gone. I divide both sides by 3, and my y is equal to 2. So there I have my x-intercept is 3, 2. My y-intercept is 0, 2. Alright, now let's go over here to this other side. And you have 2 notes if you're following along with me on notes, otherwise just watch what I'm doing here. Okay, so now they gave us a box. They showed us our x is 0. So if I put 2 times 0 minus 3y is equal to 6, we talked about that's gone. We're going to divide this by -3, divide this by -3, and we are going to get y is equal to -2. Okay, I am going to take that order pair and I'm going to graph it. So I'm going to go over here and it's going to be 0, -2. So that's my first point. This is my x, my y-intercept, because my x is 0. So this is my y line. When your x is 0, this is ending up on your x-intercept. So it should be right here at this. Oh, sorry. That is my x-intercept. When x is 0, you're finding out what your y is. That's your y-intercept. Okay, now let's find out what our x-intercept is. So I'm going to go ahead and erase that little bit of work so I have space to work. This time I'm going to use the same equation, and I am going to have my 2x, but now I have 3 times 0 is equal to 6. Again, we talked about we don't need to really write that. Divide by 2, divide by 2. My x is equal to 3. So I'm going to put a 3 in here. So now I'm going to use that order pair to graph. So it's 3 on the x, 1, 2, 3, and I'm not going up on my y, I'm staying there. So I can use these 2 order pairs to graph. So instead of using slope-intercept form, I can graph by using my x and my y-intercept. Okay, over here we're not asked to graph, we're just asked to find our x and y-intercept. So again, your x-intercept is where your y is 0. Your y-intercept is where your x is 0. So now again, we're just going to go ahead. My y is 0 on this one. I have -2x plus 10. I'm going to make my x on one side by adding 2x to bring it over here is equal to 10. Divide by 2, divide by 2. My x is equal to 5. So my x is 5. Then I do the same thing, but this time my x is 0. So I've got y is equal to negative 2 times 0 plus 10. Remember, that's pretty much gone, so my y is equal to 10. And that is my x and y intercept. Okay, I'm going to go again to the other notes and do another graph for you. And then I'm just going to go ahead and finish it off. And you can stop the video, you can finish it off, and then check your work. So we've got our table here. They already told us our x is 0, so I'm going to go. And I've got 2 times 0 minus 6 is equal to y. Well, that's gone pretty much, right? So my y is negative 6. I'm going to take that and I'm going to graph it. So 0, negative 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right there. And then I'm going to go use a different color. And this time I'm going to make my y 0. So I have 2x minus 6 is equal to 0. I need to solve for x, so I'm going to move the 6 to the other side. 2x is equal to 6. Divide by 2, divide by 2. My x is equal to 3. So now I have 3 comma 0, so I'm going to go over 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh. And now I can connect the two dots. Oh, my line's never straight on this. So I'm going to connect the two dots the best I can. I wish I had a ruler that would work in here. And so that is my graph of that equation. So I want you to go ahead and stop the video, try it, and then come back and check your work. Okay, so here's my answers for number 3. There's my x-intercept. Here's my y-intercept. 4, 0, and 0, negative 3. Number 4, I have my x-intercept is 1/2 0, and my y-intercept is 0, 1. Number 5, 6, 0 is my x-intercept, 0, negative 3 is my y. Number 6 is negative 3 over 2, 0, and 0, 3 would be my y-intercept. Okay, here is the graph, and again my graphs are very crooked, but here's the graph of number 3, and here's the graph of number 4, and these are the y-intercept, the x and the y-intercepts that I ended up with. So check that you got the same answers that I did. If you have questions, come see me.